thank you for coming back to my channel. As you guys know, I've been away for 3 years from shooting videos on YouTube for so many reasons, and during that time I was going through social media cyberbullying. Okay, it was all cyberbullying, and I want to speak about the effects of cyberbullying, the effects of abuse, because that's abuse. Cyberbullying is a form of abuse, and this is verbal abuse, emotional abuse, and psychological abuse, okay? Because these people want to make you, their intention is to make you fail, one, make you lose your mind, all right? People don't have to hit you and beat you for you to have an injury. There's something called mind injury. Okay, so those abuse is like hitting you so that your mind will be sick. And once your mind is sick, for some people that's the end, because it leads to mental problems and psychological mental problems. Psychologically, they're messing with your head, like I've always talked about in some short videos on Instagram. So they're messing with your head. They want you to do something to yourself, and sometimes it can be suicidal. All right, people commit suicide from abuse. All right, because their mind gets sick, and then someone tells them to do something to themselves, because they start believing the wrong things about themselves. So that's why we need to take cyberbullying very serious. Whether it's text messaging, we need to take it very seriously. I went through abuse for the first time in my life, like real abuse. I've had other abuse in the past, like financial, people who had my money, or people withdrew my finances because they had control over my money. I've had that in the past, and they wanted to put me in a situation where I would continue to rely on them, and that's bondage. And when I refused, then my finances will be withdrawn. I've had that sort of control over me, but to me, it was just life. Not until when I went back to Nigeria, I saw abuse for what it was, and this was emotional abuse and psychological abuse. Let me give you people a bit of what this person kept telling me. Go and jump off a bridge. Go and kill yourself. Go and drink poison. Go and I'll make you run mad if you don't leave this town. Okay? Go and kill yourself. You are a whore, you're a prostitute, you're this, you're that. Those were the sort of abuse that I was getting constantly, until I put a stop to it. And all it took was just one day I screamed at this person over the phone, and that was how it all ended. That was it. But because he had so much power over me, in terms of he had put fear in me in a way, fear is a very bad thing. He made himself bigger than what he actually was. It was just my presence that made him big, because once I withdrew from his association with myself, I began to realize, oh, this person isn't so big after all. I couldn't believe I was hanging out with this person. It was my presence that made him superficial, if that's the right word. He became this big thing that was to be adored and, to be feared. So that was the abuse that I had gone through at the time. And I wrote about it sometimes. I said I didn't really know it could happen to me, because I was older. I was in my 30s. I didn't know it would happen to me. Because I was a strong woman. So I just realized it's not about how strong you are. You can encounter people who are drawn to your strength. He was drawn to me because I was strong as a woman, or he perceived me to be strong as a woman, and conquering me, or conquering, I don't know how you pronounce that word in English. Conquering me was an honor, like something he was looking to fight, like to earn that badge, like I conquered Becky. I made her see shit. So that's what I felt, because I couldn't understand why this human being was doing what he was doing at the time. And I was in a career that he was in as well. And I felt like this was jealousy, aggression, somebody who wasn't happy that I was in that territory because we were in the same business and we had come from the same background. We actually grew up in the same area, funny enough. So I just realized this is abuse. Or that was abuse. What if I wasn't strong enough? This is where the problem is. I would have believed everything he was saying about me, and I would have harmed myself in one way or the other. Facts, there are people who, when you tell them things about themselves which are not true, you give them, let me put it this way. When they break you down like that, then they put all those, go and kill yourself, go and hang yourself, go and do this yourself. Sorry if I'm going that way. They put all that in you, and that's an instruction from the devil. Okay, that's an instruction. That's what they actually want you to do. To go and do something terrible to yourself and get out of this planet. Not to be here because your presence irritates them. That's what they actually want you to do. So I realized that game, and I started fighting the same way that they were. Those things they were telling me, I turned it around and I started telling them, and they never liked it. Now, fast forward to the ones on social media who just hates me for being on social media. Oh my God, like I said in my first video, and now I'm elaborating. They just don't want me. Oh, Becky, no, it's not Becky again. They just don't want me. My presence irritates their demons. And when they start cyberbullying, this is for anybody out there, when they start cyberbullying you, really need to understand their mission. You can tell what they want from you, or what they want you to do from the things they constantly write about you. You can tell what's in their heart. Yes, you can tell what's in someone's heart with the things they constantly write about you. And this is one thing people don't understand, because speech is one thing. We control our speeches in a way we think about what we want to say, except those who have loose tongue. They don't think about what they want to just go and reveal everything in their hearts. But when somebody writes, it's their inner self that is actually writing. And sometimes there are no holds barred, if that's the right way. And their moods, you can tell their moods when you actually read, and you can tell in between the lines, and you can tell from what they are repeating all the time. You can tell what they want you to do to yourself. So that's why I take cyberbullying seriously, because I've just watched a video of a man who jumped off a lagoon in Lagos. He just jumped off the bridge into the lagoon, and it's terrible to see. I don't like to see things like that, but I thought to myself, there are people back home who still tell people to go jump off a lagoon. You don't know what those words would mean to that person. And it's not a defensive mechanism, because sometimes you can defend, you can be on the defensive, and somebody's annoying you, just leave me alone and go jump off, because this person has been bothering your life for a long time. But just an ordinary human being who is trying to survive, and who is looking up to you, or who is looking for some kind of kind words, and then somebody just pushes him mentally, and he just believes that's the end of his life, and then he goes and jumps off. So these are the things we need to be careful about, because I place myself sometimes in the shoes of people who are going through terrible times in life. I put myself in their shoes because I know what it means to be there, and people cannot be trusted, and nobody wants to help financially and otherwise. Nobody wants to listen to you. Nobody wants to be a friend. Even the people who are coming into your life are there to take something away from you. I've been in that sort of situation. I've been there, so I know what it means to feel alone and to do something terrible to yourself, because I've been there. So we need to learn how to be kind. Right now, I don't take cyberbullying, I don't take it lightly. Like on my YouTube this time, I'm doing my posts and videos and stuff. I will not take it lightly, because the person who is hitting somebody and the person who is writing terrible words to somebody, they are both doing the same thing. One you will see physically, the other one is mentally. But at the end of the day, it's the same. They want the same aim. They have the same aim. Sorry, they want to weaken you. They want to destroy you. It's an attack. Cyberbullying is an attack on your mentality, on your mental state of mind, on your psychology, or how do you put it? So there's no excuse to be cyberbullying people. To me, when somebody starts to cyberbullying, text messaging, and on social media, I just feel, come on, this person is just a kid, hasn't grown up. But at the same time, I feel this is a serious issue, especially when they don't want to go away. Like the one that happened to me on Facebook, it happened since 2015. It only stopped last year, and this year she wanted to start again. I put a stop to it. I nipped it in the bud, or else it would have escalated. I nipped it. Escalated or escalated, I don't know what the English is. I nipped it. I had to put a stop to it. Once it starts, I nip it. Once it starts, I nip it. Because if somebody is attacking you and you keep running all the time, the person will continue. You need to learn how to fight for yourself. This is for those people who are being cyberbullied and then they feel it's the end of the world. You need to stand up for yourself. Because when mine was happening, I even got reported to the police. I printed a lot of things. I had things to use and fight back through the law, but nobody listened to me, nobody cared. So I realized, look, something bad can happen to me here and nobody will know is this thing that is making me feel this way. So I had to stand up to the woman and I gave her, as she was coming, I was giving her. You need to stand up to yourself when these people start. You make out time for them. If you don't have time, make out time. Because, like I said, when somebody is hitting you, you need to hit back. You need to defend yourself. So you need to apply the same strategy. The same strategy of life, of defending yourself. You need to, apply it to cyberbullying. You need to defend yourself as well. Because some people are so frustrated. They're going through a difficult time in their life and they take it out on you because they feel, oh, everything is working out for her or for him. Oh, he looks so good. He looks like he doesn't have a problem. Everybody has a problem. Everybody in this life has a problem. I have a problem. Everyone out there has a problem. It's the one that doesn't come and tell you, or it's the one that talks about their problem. That's when you know that they have problems. Everybody has something they are solving. Like I said in one of my videos, the only person who doesn't have a problem is the person that's in the grave. Yes, it's the person that is buried. They don't have a problem, they are at peace. But even at that, they still have a problem when you think about it. And they're not aware of it. Their body is being eaten by ants and termites, or what you call it, and worms. Things are happening to their flesh in there, so they have a problem. Okay? And but they are not aware of it. So everyone has a problem. So I laugh sometimes when somebody is cyberbullying somebody and going, I don't have a problem. Yes, maybe the cyberbully does not have a problem, or they don't know they have problems, so they attack people and make fun of people and say they don't have problems. Everyone has a problem in this life. As long as you're breathing, you have a problem, my dear. Except you've not looked into yourself. And this is a mistake a lot of people are making. They live in denial, they don't look into themselves, they don't look to upgrade themselves, they don't look at the things they need to unlearn about themselves. Okay? They are frustrated, so they take it out on others, because I don't think somebody who has everything going on for them would want to cyberbully somebody and tell the person nasty words. No, because everything is working for you. Everything is going on well for you. Your finance is fine, your home is fine, your mental state is fine, physical state is fine, you're happy. So why would you be angry at somebody else with the way they are living their life, or with the things they are not doing that you think they should be doing? No, you won't be sad. You won't be attacking the person. The only people who attack are people who feel that you are better than them. That's why they attack you. That's why they cyberbully you. Because they want you to drag you down. They want to pull you down to their level of crabites. That's why I hate that name, crabites. Crabs at the bottom of the barrel trying to get up there, and they're pulling each other down, because that's what crabs do. So they try to pull you down. Pull. Let's pull her down. You don't want to. That's what frustrated people do. They pull people down. They disgrace people. They humiliate people. They humiliate people on social media or through text messaging. So when I stayed away from all of that, my life started growing. I started, becoming better. And this is my advice to you. Don't stay in anywhere that you are being abused, because abuse is in different forms. Domestic violence, domestic whatever, physical abuse, there are all types of abuse. If somebody's taking advantage of you, it's an abuse. If somebody is verbally bringing you down all the time, that's an abuse. An abuse is something that is not good, that is done to you all the time, constantly. That's an abuse. So social media, cyberbullying is an abuse. When you pick on a target, or when they pick on you all the time and they start telling you all sorts of nasty words and things, that's a form of abuse. Okay? And it's not good. And to those people who do it, please stop, because there's nothing in this life. You know why? You don't know where you will meet each other tomorrow. That person that you're constantly cyberbullying or abusing or telling nasty words, you don't know where you meet that person tomorrow. I'm telling people the truth. I know people who were nobody 20 years ago. Okay? Today they have 100 million naira house in Lekki. But they were nobody 20 years ago. 200 million, they are buying houses now. Alright? So there are a lot of examples I can give. So when you see somebody and you think, oh, this person has failed, don't make fun of the person. Because you don't know their tomorrow, you don't know what it looks like, what it's gonna look like, you don't know their vision, you don't know what God has put out there for them. Alright, so you don't make fun of people because things are not working out for them like it used to work out for them. So you think you want to laugh at them, you think you want to cyberbully them, you think you want to tell them nasty words and make their situation worse, bring them out to the public to be laughed at. That's not a good behavior. If you're doing it, you need to stop. Because that person can be your boss tomorrow. When we used to grow up, they tell us, nobody knows tomorrow. And that is true. They used to write it everywhere, on buses, homes, nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. That is a fact. And I've given you examples of people who were nobody 20 years ago, and today they're millionaires. Somebody can be broke today, tomorrow he can be a millionaire. It's possible. They can win the lottery. It's possible. So I'm one person who I've learned in life that people can fall and they rise up again. Because I saw examples when I was growing up. I saw a lot of examples. Oh, this person has nothing. Oh, look at him now. He's a big man. He's a big boy. When I was growing up, I saw a lot of examples, and people gave me those things as advice, like you can't laugh at people. Alright? You can't laugh at people when they're going through a difficult time. You lend a helping hand. And people helped me a lot when I was coming up. And these people were not even related to me. But they gave me a helping hand. I have some friends who used to visit me in my poor home back then and tell me words of kindness because they believed that I had a future, and I still do, that I would be great. Or else, why were they coming around me? But because they believed so much in what I could do, that my background was not the definition of who I would become. So they were coming to see me. Alright? So this is the thing, they advised me, some gave me money and stuff. You know, they knew I just needed to get out of the environment I was in at the time, and my life would change. So this is the thing in life. We don't know tomorrow. That's why I'm kind to people. I'm kind because people were kind to me. And you know, back in the day, there were people's houses. They would welcome you. You would eat in their home. You stay in their home. People were kind to me. So that's why, as I've grown older, I've become a kind person, because I know that this life This life is deep. But it's just that when you meet people who take your kindness for for stupidity, because they're ignorant, then you start questioning, are you supposed to be a kind person? Why are you kind? Why are you kind to this person who's taking your kindness for granted? But that shouldn't stop you from being kind. So to those people who always bring people down, you need to stop, because each and every one of us, we're battling one thing or the other. Finance, this, that, putting the home together and all that. But because we're not coming to tell you, doesn't mean that everything is perfect. Okay? And like I said, the only person who doesn't have a problem is the one in the grave. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again. Take good care of yourselves. One love.